Bend and Scoop is brought to you by Harder Concepts, the best bars in North Dallas. Eat, drink, party harder.
I love Bend and Scoop, man.
You want to hear some music? You'd like that, wouldn't you? Well, today you're going to get all the music you want.
The request lines are now open. KGFJ Soul Radio.
Do it now, man.
Request lines are up.
It's open, man.
Got any Blue Oyster Cult?
No, I don't have any Blue Oyster Cult. I ate 34 pairs last time around. Where were you? I was that close to working at 7-Eleven, you know.
Pass the word along. Tell the men it's time to shoot the moon.
Shoot the moon!
Out there on the microphone. On the microphone.
Shoot the moon. Shoot the moon.
The attitude dictates that you don't care whether she comes, stays, lays, or prays. I mean, whatever happens, your toes are still tapping.
Hey, Strawberry! Oh, Strawberry. Hey, what's happening, man? How you doing? This is my friend.
Hey, how you doing, man?
What you looking at, man?
Oh, nothing. I wasn't looking. I wasn't looking at his neck, man.
Can you honestly tell me that you forgot the magnetism of Robin Zander or the charisma of Rick Nielsen?
That's kid stuff.
Kid stuff. Well, how about the tunes? I want you to want me. The Dream Police. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Build your muscles picking strawberries. You know, Bend and Scoop. Maybe I could get you a job with United Fruit. I got a buddy with United Fruit. Start with strawberries, you might work your way up to these goddamn bananas. When, boy, are you gonna get your act together?
We're creating a society of cell phone crazed, marijuana smoking zombies.
Coming to you not quite live from Lukewarm Tallboy Studios deep in the land of Gar, this is Bend and Scoop, the podcast featuring music, mirth, and minutia, focused on exposing artists you probably haven't heard, but should. I'm Bob, and I'll be your tour guide on this amazingly asymmetric auditory adventure as we journey to the center of your cochlea. Welcome to episode 74. Bend and Scoop is brought to you by Harder Concepts, the best bars in North Dallas. Visit one of the now 6 great Harder Concepts locations in DFW, including Scruffy Duffy's, Ringo's Pub, and the brand new Bottle Rockets, all at the Shops at Legacy in Plano, Saintsbury Tavern at Austin Ranch in the Colony, the Mucky Duck at Addison Circle in Addison, and Addison Ice House at Vitruvian Park in Addison. All Harder Concepts locations have great food, live music, an amazing beer and spirit selection, and a wait staff that's second to none. Whether you want to hang out with old friends or meet some new ones, there's no better place to get together and watch your favorite sports or hear some awesome tunes. Eat, drink, party harder. Joining us at the end of the show to play a round of Is That Your Vinyl Answer in the Groovin' After Party will be our special guest, Lauren Carey from the Beard Owl podcast. Our record store of the week is a favorite of our guest Lauren, Musical Energy, with an I, not a Y, in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. You can follow them on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all at Musical Energy. And you can check out their website at musicalenergy.com. Kicking things off is a Swiss trio called 123 from their self-titled 2021 record. This is Fake.
Fake sweets, fake lips, fake dreams. Francisco with a flower in our hair.
W-A-K-O.
Now it's 1971.
And it's together everywhere. And it's together everywhere. Everywhere.
Was Gustav from Brooklyn off their brand new album Audio Drag for Ego Slobs. That was Book. How Many is a podcast where I get together with my friends Jesse, Junior, Gary, and Scott to debate a variety of pop culture topics, including movies, sports, TV, music, and more. You can follow How Many on Twitter at How Many Podcast and listen at howmanypodcast.com. Up next from Auckland, New Zealand, are Guardian Singles from their new self-titled album. This is Being Alone.
I'm so tired of never being alone.
Nick Pirandello, CIA. And you're Bob Wilson, right? You know, while I was looking around for something to work with, I hope you don't mind me using some of your stuff. Anyway, I came across the letters you wrote your wife before you were married. You're beautiful, Bob. Some of the sentiments blew me away. One question, though. What was that thing that she did in Santa Barbara that you keep pleading with her to do again? Bet it felt pretty good, huh, Bob?
Always been a waste of time for you and me. Always been a waste of time for you and me. The little voice inside my mind won't let me be. Always been a waste of time for you and me. We took our time and went on right, it didn't take a long to see that I'm a dude with attitude. She never understood what could be. Oh, what did I do wrong? I keep on hanging out in places where I don't belong, just to get kicked out by some dickhead in a uniform. I guess it's always been a waste of, always been a waste of, always been a waste of time for you and me. Always been a waste of time for you and me. The little voice inside my mind won't let me be. Always been a waste of time for you and me. A second chance of true romance. I'm walking, holding hands with Roxanne. A music hall with disco balls. She didn't like the way that I dance. Oh, what did I do wrong? I guess I could have made requests for a more groovy song, just to get kicked out by some dickhead in a uniform. I guess it's always been a waste of, always been a waste of, always been a waste of time for you and me. Always been a waste of time for you and me. The little voice inside my mind won't let me be. Always been a waste of time for you and me. What did I do wrong? I keep on hanging out in places where I don't belong, just to get kicked out by some dickhead in a uniform. I guess it's always been a waste of, always been a waste of, always been a waste of time for you and me. Always been a waste of time for you and me. The little voice inside my mind won't let me be. Always been a waste of time for you and me.
From Melbourne, Australia, that was Mr. Teenage off last year's Automatic Love EP. That was Waste of Time. Pausable Deniability is a monthly podcast I co-host with my pal David Miller, which you can follow on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all at Pause Deny. We post new episodes on the first day of every month. Here's Baltimore's Andy Bopp from his brand new self-titled album. This song is Camera.
For the time, is insane.
the California sun. KIIS 1150 AM.
From London, that was Lucy and the Rats off last year's Got Lucky LP. That was Real Thing. Campfire Songs is a podcast where I get together with my buddies Todd, Jim, and Tom to share and discuss songs with each other. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Songs Campfire and give us a listen for more great music. Up next from Los Angeles are Gospel Beach with their brand new single, Albatross Baby.
What do you think they're trying to do? They're trying to murder me. They know I can't afford a loss like that.
I didn't know you smoked.
Just after sex, Bob. I'm trying to give it up.
Well, at least you don't smoke that much.
Yeah, about a pack a day.
That'll kill you.
Bob, it won't kill you, but it'll make you very sore.
Was Cherry Pickles, a duo from Brazil and Birmingham, England, from last year's album, and this is such a great title, The Juice That's Worth the Squeeze. That song was Good Girls, Bad Seeds. Have you ever wanted to host a podcast? Well, all you have to do to join the mic hunt and host your very own episode of Assume the Juxtaposition is send me your topic idea to lukewarmtallboy@gmail.com. You can follow Assume the Juxtaposition on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all at AssumeTJPod. And don't forget to stick around for the end of the show, when we'll be joined in the Groovin' After Party by our special guest, Lauren Carey from the Beard Owl podcast. Here's a band from Seattle called The Rallies. From their 2019 album Upside Down, this song is brand new.
Nothing felt the
Talking Heads. What do you think?
I'm too busy dancing.
I can't believe it.
Dancing toes, speak in tongues. Move your hips, shake your lips.
Talking Heads.
Did you hear what he said?
Speaking in tongues.
Speaking in tongues? Is that something they do in France?
All that it takes, I bet it's right. All it takes is it's right.
Buy right now. Get it on. Sire Records and Cassettes.
She goes wherever she likes.
Talking Heads. Speaking in tongues.
Tomorrow at 4:30, Tower Records and Change Incorporated invite you to meet Talking Heads lead singer David Byrne and Robert Rauschenberg, the artist and founder of Change Incorporated. Tower Records, 4th and Broadway in the Village, an event you will not forget.
And such, even when I drink a little too much. But I get a headache when I try to conceive of infinity. I'm not scared of monsters and ghosts. A great white shark swim down at the coast. But I get the chills when I cast my mind into infinity. I'm not sure what'll happen when I'm dead, but when I'm lying on my deathbed, I sure hope I can say I'm looking forward to infinity.
That was Melbourne, Australia's Power Supply from their brand new 2021 record, In the Time of the Saber-Toothed Tiger. That song was Infinity. If you want to listen to all this great music without having to hear me ramble between songs, be sure to check out our Bend and Scoop Spotify playlist. If we played it and they have it, you can listen to it there. And if you enjoy listening to what we do here on Bend and Scoop, please take a moment to subscribe, rate, and review us wherever you get your podcasts. And if you really enjoy what we do here at Bend and Scoop and would like to show your support, please feel free to drop a little something in our virtual tip jar at patreon.com/bendscoop. If you're a guy who supports music performed by all types of artists, you're able to truly count yourself among the real men.
Send him Pirandello.
Nick Pirandello, CIA.
He's tough, he's cool, and he's the best man they've got.
You're not going to let him loose. He's uncontrollable. He's a wild man. His methods are totally unpredictable. I don't care. He'll get the job done.
But this time, he can't do it alone.
His name's Bob Wilson. He's a lookalike. He's a computer bully. I want you to get him to Washington by Friday for the 8 o'clock rendezvous.
Bob Wilson, sensitive, meek, mild-mannered insurance salesman, desperately needed for a top-secret mission, and totally unwilling to have anything to do with it.
Bob? You sure you don't want to come out? You can get awfully hot just sitting in the car like that. I'm not coming out. Okay.
They've got 5 days to save the world if they don't kill each other first.
You don't have to touch the bomb. The gun is empty.
They face enormous odds.
Stay close and do exactly what I do.
Bang! Relentless Russian agents.
What is this? Lunch. They just break for lunch?
Yeah, they're not as dedicated as we are, Bob.
You know, they have no incentives, no motivation.
Deceptive enemies.
Who are those clowns?
Holy shit! Clown attack!
Clown attack?
Yeah, they've gone bad.
Bad clowns?
And ruthless women.
On your knees, slave!
Okay. You're one of those feminists, aren't you?
Saturday Night Live's James Belushi. Emmy Award winner John Ritter. This is a job for real men.
Bob, why are you crying?
Real funny, real men.
Better hang to the ride. Real man. 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 Hang to the right. Hang to the right. I'm a freak of nature. Defy gravity. For a measly $10, I let you look and see. I ought to be famous. They ought to put me on TV. Better hang to the ride. Real man. 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 Hang to the right. Hang to the right.
Seen anything like it. Can I touch it?
Sure thing, angel cakes. You know where to find it. It's always hanging southeast, or depending on my libido, northeast. It's a rare combination of gravity-defying fun flesh. Here for your pleasure, ragdoll. Real man. Hang to the ride. Real man. Hang to the ride. Real man. Hang to the ride. Real man. Hang to the right. Hang to the right. Oh.
People listen to people. So listen, people.
Welcome to the Groovin' After Party. Come on in and pour yourself a cold one.
Joining me now for our Groovin' After Party here on Bend and Scoop is Lauren Carey from the Beard Owl podcast. Welcome, Lauren.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
So tell everybody about Beard Al. It's a great name for a podcast, first off.
Thanks. Yeah, I love puns, and this is one that fit. It's a podcast that my brother John and I do where we talk about our two favorite things in the world, craft beer and Weird Al Yankovic. So Beard Al kind of seemed to make sense.
That is awesome. I've listened to some of the episodes. I'm a big Weird Al fan. As a matter of fact, my youngest son, he loves Weird Al. So a few years ago for his first concert, I took him to see Weird Al when he came through town. I think it was like 2016, 2017. It was when he had that last album with
the mandatory.
Yeah, exactly. That was it. Yeah. So it was a great show too. I had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. He puts on a spectacular concert. There's not a second of downtime. So it's a great first concert. Kudos to you for that.
Yeah, and it's really a whole performance because he puts on the outfits, and I mean, it's not just him up there doing the songs. I mean, it's like you're seeing all the videos performed, recreated live.
Yeah, it's so cool.
So how often does Beard Al? You said it's every Friday, correct? Once a week?
Yes, we put out episodes once a week. Every other Friday are what we call our regular episodes, where that's me and my brother John, and we pair a craft beer with a Weird Al song, like you might pair a wine with a meal. And the other Fridays are what I call my very special episodes, where I have guests on to talk about a Weird Al topic of their choice.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. I was telling you before we got started, I got a buddy who's definitely gonna want to pay top dollar for that opportunity. He loves to talk Weird Al. Matter of fact, the podcast that we do, it's called How Many, and we always are talking about different music, various pop culture, and it's always how many good Quentin Tarantino movies are there, or how many. So Weird Al, he says Weird Al has more good songs than any other artist in musical history, including the Beatles. He's like Weird Al, he has them number one all time.
Yeah. I'm not going to disagree with that. It's an opinion statement, right? Obviously. But I think Weird Al has infinitely more listenable songs than most other artists do. And he covers such a wide variety of genres that everybody is going to find a Weird Al song that they like. So he's awesome.
The thing I love most about Weird Al is there's so many songs, like from the 80s, especially, or 90s, that I'm just absolutely sick of, but I still enjoy the Weird Al version of the song. So that's kind of how I replace it on my playlist. I've got I don't have the actual version of the song. I've got the Weird Al version because I still enjoy listening to that,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. He has redeemed some terrible songs, and he's redeemed some songs by terrible people also.
Yeah.
Word crimes and blurred lines kind of comes to mind.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, Robin Thicke. He is definitely canceled for life. So, Lauren, let's learn a little bit more about your own personal musical journey. And we're going to play a round of something we like to call, Is That Your Vinyl Answer? And we'll start off by asking you if you can recall what's the first record you remember buying with your own money when you were a kid. Now, most people we have on are old enough that that's a long, distant memory. You look like you're really young. Like this probably wasn't that long ago for you to have to remember.
Well, we're talking actually 25 years ago was the first album I bought with my own money.
So you bought your first album when you were 4. That's impressive.
Not quite 4. No, it was 1996, and it was Matchbox 20, Yourself or Someone Like You.
Okay. Yeah, that was big back in that time frame. I actually saw them open up for the Rolling Stones right around that same time.
Oh, yeah. They're really good live. I've seen Matchbox 20 live twice. And I still have tickets for what was supposed to be the Matchbox 20 2020 tour.
Yeah.
So I'm still waiting for that. They're going to be playing with the Wallflowers. So
now I went to high school with Rob Thomas, but not that Rob Thomas. I went to high school with the guy that created Veronica Mars. And if you're familiar with the other Rob Thomas, yeah. Mm-hmm. So that one. Oh. So they have good natured, back and forth about having the same name with each other. So that's kind of fun.
That is fun. So as Weird Al would say, that's your lame claim to fame.
Yes. Yes, definitely. And I cling to that for all it's worth. Lauren, do you remember where you bought that Matchbox 20 and do you still have it?
Yes, I still have it. And I got it at a music store called The Wall at the Wyoming Valley Mall in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Oh, and that's where you're originally from, Pennsylvania, that area?
Yep.
That's not too far from Scranton.
No, it's about 20 minutes south of Scranton, down I-81,
You know, I have a really good friend who I co-host another podcast with, who actually is a DJ at the college station in Wilkes-Barre, King's College.
Oh, yeah. King's College. I went to Wilkes, their rival school.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize there were multiple colleges there. That's interesting.
Well, Wilkes is a university, so they have one up on King's College.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, that's our sticking point.
Now, this is kind of an off-tangent subject, but you currently live in Florida, correct?
Yes.
And you grew up in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
How did you end up being a Cowboys fan? I mean, I applaud your choice in, America's team, but that's an odd route because those two states are definitely typically not Cowboys friendly.
No, they're not. And it was chosen for that reason. Growing up in the early 90s, as was indicated by when I bought my first album with my own money, I became a Cowboys fan, basically to antagonize my younger brother, who is an Eagles fan.
I'm laughing because I have a friend. He's since passed, but his sister did the reverse of that. She was an Eagles fan to antagonize him for being a Cowboys fan. So it's very funny.
Yeah.
Lauren, who do you own the most albums by, and which of theirs is your favorite? I'm going to guess maybe Weird Al.
Now, are we talking what media are we talking here?
Any media.
Actually, it's the Beatles.
Okay.
I have when I was in high school, I got a wooden chest, a small wooden chest, and I actually decoupaged it. So I did the whole paper and the lacquer and stuff with cutouts from a Beatles calendar that I had. So it's a bunch of tissue paper and like psychedelic colors with pictures of the Beatles on it. And it is filled to the brim with Beatles CDs. So I've got all of their albums proper, all the compilations, the anthologies. I think I have and the Love album. I think I have everything the Beatles have put out.
Do you have one that's really your go-to, your favorite of all those?
The Beatles are really a mood thing, right? Because you've got your early Beatles, your mid Beatles, and your late Beatles. So it depends on what you're in the mood for. But I'm gonna go Sgt. Pepper simply because I have a big throw blanket of the Sgt. Pepper's album cover. So
That's a good choice. Most people probably go with that or Revolver or one of those classics. But you're right, it's a mood thing. It can change anytime.
No, because I just gonna say that like Beatles for Sale has so many fun little songs on it. That can't be denied. Rubber Soul is awesome. They're all great in one way or another. Even Please Please Me is super fun if you're in the mood for it.
Yeah, no doubt. Something for everybody. There's not a bad one in the bunch. They're all great. Gotta love them.
That's why they're the Beatles.
It is why they're the Beatles. Is there a specific album by either the Beatles or anyone else that you've bought more times over the years than any other? Just duplicating different formats, or maybe there's a new limited edition that came out that you bought?
Oh, yeah. That would be Belladonna by Stevie Nicks.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah. I love Stevie Nicks so much that actually my German Shepherd is named Belladonna. And to actually throw it back to the Cowboys thing, my Doberman is named Troy. So
there you go.
Yeah, I've got all that going for me. But yeah, I have Belladonna on CD, and then they did a remastered version of it a couple years ago. It was like a 3-disc set. So I got that, and I have it on vinyl.
That's a really good record. One of my all-time favorite songs is on there, Stop Dragging My Heart Around. And I was trying to convince a friend of mine when we were at karaoke a week ago, probably. Yeah. And she didn't want to do it. And I was like, that's a perfect duet. Let's do that. No, we ended up doing Bon Jovi. So no, that was her choice, not mine. So yeah, Belladonna's great. And the backstory is great too, because she was with Jimmy Oving at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a really good choice. Who has the biggest vinyl collection of anyone that you know, and what size is your vinyl collection?
Oh gosh. Well, I'm gonna take the phrase somebody that I know very loosely. I have to go with my pal from from the Odd Pods Media Network, Russ from the
Yeah.
Effect Groove podcast. His vinyl collection is massive. I think he's got like a whole room for it, and he does vinyl nights every Friday night. I don't know how big it is, but if you go, like, you can find Infectious Groove vinyl on YouTube, and he looks like he has a record store in his basement.
Yeah.
And I'm so jealous of
Yeah,
that.
it's great. We had him on a few months ago, and
Yeah.
when he was on the camera, you could just see, like, I'm like, man, I love the look of that whole place. It looks fantastic.
Yeah. And what was the second part of that question?
Oh, how many vinyl records do you own in your collection?
I can't necessarily count because it's haphazard. Some I got, and some I inherited from some people. But you know those milk crates?
Yeah.
There's about 2.5 of those kind of.
Okay. It's probably about 100, 150, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good size. Do you there where you're at, or maybe somewhere you've been before, have a favorite mom and pop record store that you like to hit up?
Well, let's see. I haven't explored a whole lot of it here in Florida, to be honest with you. But I remember when I was in college, when I was still living in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, there was a record store in downtown Wilkes-Barre called Musical Energy, but it was energy with an I, so it was Musical Energy. And they had a whole bunch of vinyl, and I bought so many used CDs there. That's where I got my copy of Led Zeppelin's Houses of the Holy, all that kind of thing. It was so cool. I think they might still be open, but I know there's a fun little neighborhood in Jacksonville that has some record stores, and I've got a friend of mine here who loves going and shopping for them. But it's one of those Jacksonville is huge, right? In Florida, it's the largest city in the lower 48 by area. It's massive. And this little cool part of town is like over the river, and I'm not a big fan of driving over bridges, so it's going to take a lot to get me over there.
Oh, gosh. So last question for you, Lauren. What is your all-time favorite cover song? Now, I don't think Weird Al songs technically count as covers, but you could include one of those if you want. Do you have a favorite Weird Al song we could add on to this?
As far as, Weird Al, if you can find it on YouTube, there was some a George Harrison tribute concert. It wasn't the concert for George that had, like Prince and all that. It was something, it might have been called like George Fest or something like that. But if you look for What Is Life, the George Harrison song, Weird Al covered it live, and you can see the video on YouTube. It's phenomenal.
Oh, wow.
He's not even being weird. He's just
Normal Al. That's
normal
fantastic.
Al. Yes, it's very normal. Yeah.
Norm Al. That's even better.
Yeah, but I mean, that's great. That's absolutely wonderful. But as far as covers go, you know what? I this won't be my favorite of all time, but it is my favorite of this moment.
Yeah.
I have to go with Gloria by Laura Branigan.
Okay.
It was a cover of an Italian song, and the name of the guy who did it in Italian is escaping me at the moment. But I was on the Playlist Wars podcast, and I picked that on one of my playlists, and they like talking about covers on that show. And so I said, this song is actually a cover of an Italian song. And then they translated it to English, and it was told in a male point of view in Italian, and then flipped for Laura Branigan to do in English in like 1982 or whatever. And it's just such a fun song to belt out when you're driving in the car that it's one of my favorite songs of the moment right now.
Yeah, for sure. And I had no idea that was a cover. So that's great. That's really
I didn't either until I was looking into it. I was like, oh, no way.
Lauren, before we go, is there a way that folks can follow you and Beard Owl Podcast on Twitter and Instagram and just anywhere online, social media, websites, all that?
Yeah, absolutely. I very recently made it easy for people to do that. You can go to beardowlpodcast.com, and it's got all of our episodes on there, links to all the socials. But if you choose not to go to beardowlpodcast.com, you can find us at Beard Owl Podcast on Twitter, at Beard Owl Podcast on Instagram, and Facebook.com/Beard Beard Owl Podcast and search for us on any of your favorite podcast platform.
And it's BERD.
It's beer like the drink 'D.
Oh, so the apostrophe is also in the Twitter handle and everything as well?
No, it's not in the Twitter handle or anything. See, that's the problem. You can't put apostrophes in Twitter, but if I just put it, the name without the apostrophe didn't make sense. So if you're searching in a podcast app, put the apostrophe after beer and before the D. But if you're doing it anywhere else, there's no apostrophe.
All right.
It rolls off the tongue. But
it really does. It really does.
Like, you got to know how to spell it.
It's awesome. Well, listen, thanks so much for being on. Really enjoyed it. And folks, give Beard Owl Podcast a listen every Friday. You'll really love it. There's nothing wrong with ending your week with some great Weird Al stuff.
Heck yeah.
And go Cowboys.
Oh, yep. Right. Go Cowboys.
Lauren, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you soon.
Great. Thank you so much. This was fun.
Don't worry about it, guys. It's all in the mix.
Bye-bye, lardass.
Bend and Scoop is a production of Lukewarm Tallboy Studios.
We will return tomorrow morning with the sun.
Good evening, and have a good life.